what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports, and it's brought to you by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For more information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are thoughts from Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates following Alabama's 4-point loss to Texas on Saturday.
Obviously not a good loss. That's trying to win the league. You can't afford to give up home losses, so it's going to sting for a while. You got to give Texas a bunch of credit. So Coach Miller and his staff, for those guys to lose two, it was a home game to Mississippi State on the road at Tennessee, and that looked very good. I tried to tell our guys this is going to be a much better team. Coach Miller's won everywhere he's been, does a really good job. This guy's got some pride. He called his guys out. Post-game press conferences, like they were going to get it turned around.
I'll have more in a moment.
This year, we honor the most important anniversary ever. An event that reshaped civilization as we know it. A day that would lead to something so flawless that nothing could ever really compare. People have tried to match it, but have failed. This year, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of Guthrie's, the home of the original chicken finger. Just talking about it gets me all choked up. And hungry for a chicken finger. Guthrie's, an original obsession for 60 years.
Join us tonight for Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show, presented by Alpha Insurance, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa at 6 p.m. Central. You can listen on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Guthrie's. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
AL cert number 21014. As we flip the calendar to 2026, the holiday season may have left you a little short in the bank account, but Talon Heating and Air will not leave you out in the cold.
That's right. We're still offering free second opinions and service calls with repairs. In addition to that, we're offering up to $1,600 in TVA rebates.
Very easy to do. If you need that $1,600 rebate, all you got to do is
give us a call at 256-503-4490.
Talon Heating and Air, they're live, they're local, and you can find them online at
TalentHVAC.com.
Who doesn't need to save
$1,600?
Very easy to do. Again, Talent Heating and Air, the number and the web.
That's 256-503-4490 or TalentHVAC.com.
It's Talent Heating and Air. They're live, they're local. Give them a call today.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Starting off with a home game here in studio. 1 hour extravaganza. Then we'll hand things over to Hey Coach and the Nate Oates Show. It is just me and Brian here today behind the glass. We will hear from Jerry Glanville coming up here in about 15 minutes' time.
Oh, it is Monday.
It is. We spoke to Coach on Friday, but that was an extra deal because we had playoff football. The Indiana Invitational continues. Boy, was that a beat down. And I don't think anybody else is maybe I'm wrong. I'll reach out to Taylor Tannenbaum, who but is anybody expecting anything less? I need to put my phone away.
Yeah, our friend Paul Peinbaum was talking about that he was talking to some Alabama people, and they were less upset about the beatdown they got from Indiana after Indiana's play this weekend.
Now Alabama fans are mad about someone. I bet they've hardly even watched play at NC State, and all of a sudden this transfer portal of Hollywood Smothers supposedly going to Alabama, now getting outbid. And I know that's what happened, and he's going to Texas. But you're upset. Tell me what you know about Hollywood Smothers. How many games have you watched of him? Why are you so upset about someone you probably never watched played? This is the state that we are in right now in college football.
But I get a nickname like that.
But I will tell you, well, probably self-imposed, but I've too many people give themselves too many nicknames.
We're not going there.
One thing that watching as much NFL football as I did over the weekend, there are certain times when I go Leo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Point at the television and go, college football needs that. College football needs that. And one of the times was yesterday during the Eagles game when I believe it was a fourth down, a flag was thrown on illegal man downfield. And then it was immediately overturned because it wasn't thrown for the right call. They corrected it in what was a big moment in the game. I know the Eagles lost, but nonetheless, I was pointing at the television like Leo. I don't look like Leo. I am pointing at the television saying, college football needs that. And again, I know it's something Wes has brought up several times, is the eye in the sky with the button, where it's just, I know this is the right call. Boom, we got it. We will have Texans and Steelers coming up here later on tonight. But there were certain moments watching quite a bit of good football in the National Football League this past weekend where you're just like, why can't we have this in college football? But why can't we have something like that? A chip in the ball. Yeah, just why can't we have that in college football? And I know it goes back to money and everybody's freaking out over the portal. This just in, Bama fans, you played a lot of freshmen this year. And you know what? I know there's high standards and all that at Alabama. I get that. You made the playoffs. You made it past Oklahoma. And I realize it does feel like the Indiana Invitational. It really does. And I even heard a clip. Where are you? I heard a clip from Coach Signetti on what has fueled this team. And it was like, okay, all right. I'll buy into that. And it's really off of what happened last year. Kirk Signetti on how people think that they are a fluke.
Championship preseason, we're 100-1. What should they be? going into this game against Miami?
Well, you all have a job to do. And a lot of times you'll piggyback off somebody else's story or belief, and there's pressure to get it nowadays with the internet, get the story out there. And a lot of those people really don't know our team. They don't know what we're made of, what we got, and I get it. There was a lot of skepticism after last year that we were a fluke. That team did a lot of great things and got it all started. That team never trailed till the 9th game of the year. And when it did, 10-0 in the first quarter up at Michigan State, they scored 47 straight. I think a lot of that negative stuff in the media fueled the guys returning from this team, and we added some real key pieces. The main one sitting right here on my left, but other ones as well. Great leaders, great players. And we've just built off our successes, and we've won some big games on the road. And it helps when you have a quarterback play his best football when the game's on the line in the fourth quarter. And so, here we are.
Here they are in a big, big way, Coach Cignetti. And it does feel like, and I went back and tried to look at who was picking Indiana to win it all back in July. I can't find them. Maybe they're out there. And I know Indiana had a good amount of success last year, but boy, they are playing, it feels like their best ball at the right time of the year. It is just, it's really impressive is what it is. And they are just carving up teams left and right, be it from the Big Ten championship game through their first round in the Rose Bowl against Alabama and then on to the Peach Bowl and what they did to Oregon. It's really impressive. So naturally it's basketball season. Had a chance to watch a little bit of Alabama's performance against Texas. And listen, I know it's back-to-back losses, but I'll tell you this, that Alabama's pieces are there, and it is still early in the season, 1-2 in SEC play. There's only 2 undefeated teams left in SEC play, and that would be Vanderbilt, and that would be Texas A&M. Buckyball is undefeated out of the gate in SEC play, and that's really impressive. But Alabama on the road at Mississippi State tomorrow night. I've watched Mississippi State as a team that went into Austin and won that game. Humphreys, the point guard, he is just a jitterbug, but also a very effective shooter. And Alabama is just too good not to bounce back. I am expecting to see an Alabama win tomorrow night at Mississippi State. I would guess that Mississippi State is probably like 4.5 point favorite. I'm guessing. I haven't looked at the line on ESPN Bet, but then Alabama travels to Oklahoma, and that's gonna be a tough game. But I think Alabama will figure out a way. Now, kudos to Auburn. You could tell that team against Arkansas was playing with a big old chip on its shoulder after what happened against Texas A&M and the shot that didn't count or did count. But anyway, the SEC never came out with a ruling, that at least that I saw. But nonetheless, first SEC win for Stephen Pearl. And so kudos to him. What else? Keeping an eye on the portal. Boy, Heather Dinich has been all over this potential expansion in the playoff, keeping an eye on that. There's no real substantial news in regards to, yes, there is serious momentum for 16. I get that. But the Big Ten is once again trying to bully the SEC into 24. And it's, if we have to stay at 12, let's just stay at 12. Let's just, instead of 5 automatic qualifiers, go to 4 automatic qualifiers and just stay at 12. Done. We can be done. But there is some there. Well, it's gaining some momentum. Now, the 23rd is a week from Friday. That is supposedly the date that is circled to keep an eye on for a potential ruling from the CFP as to what they are going to do next season, this fall, when we hit August and September. But what we need to do right now, take our first time out. The one and only Jerry Glanville. He is set to join us on the other side. We'll dive into some NFL and road teams, home teams. I know we had that conversation with Coach on Friday. And if I've got time at the end, if I can't give you a movie review or two, because I'm known for my movie reviews. Well, a guy I used to work with sent me a movie that I got to talk about, because I told the wife that got to take her out to see this flick. I mean, the story is just beautiful. It's been a while since a new flick has come out where I'm like, got to go to it. We got to go to a break right now. Jerry Glanville joins us next.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford, where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943. FDIC.
I'm Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 977 ESPN The Zone.
I might fall from a tall building. I might roll a brand new car.
It is a Monday here on The Drive. Flying a solo here today. Well, sort of. Brian behind the glass.
And our next guest.
And this is, I always look forward to Mondays, but we got some extra time with him on Friday. Coach Jerry Glanville on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you today, Coach?
I'm unbelievable. Had a great day so far. You'd love this. I had a contact from New York City, and they said they wanted to write a book on Jerry Glanville, and I said they could only do it if the first chapter was about Steve, and the last chapter was about Woody Allen, Ford, and Wes. Everything else in between doesn't matter.
That's right. I was tagged on a tweet that had you in a fur coat, a full-length black fur coat, in your time with the Atlanta Falcons, Coach.
With a cowboy hat.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Of course. And the sunglasses. That coat belonged to Andre Rice.
Of course it did.
And we were playing Chicago in Chicago, and the wind chill was so bad it went through you. And he had this locker. I said, I think I'll wear that for the pregame. He goes, yeah, try that on. And I wore it out for the pregame, and it was kind of funny. I didn't wear it for the game, but I did wear it for the pregame.
Looked warm. It did.
Yep. It was very nice, but when I heard the price, I had to get it off my back before it burned me.
Wow, there's many levels to that joke right there for everybody out there listening. Oh, goodness. I know you sent me the story in regards to Ty Simpson, who declared for the draft and is being offered $6.5 million to play at Miami, the University of Miami, not the Dolphins.
Well, here's what happened. The biggest change in football, Indiana played Oregon, and the Alabama quarterback went from the 8th pick in the draft to the 2nd because of the Indiana-Oregon game. All of a sudden, people see what we've been saying all year. I'm not so sure this Alabama quarterback isn't the best quarterback, period. But I can't argue with the Indiana guys' accuracy on the deep ball against Oregon. It was amazing. Did a great job. But the Alabama quarterback sitting at home, got a broken rib, feeling bad for himself, went from number 8 to number 2 or 3.
Just
good move.
Yeah.
And if he goes to one of these colleges, he can make more money than I made coaching 68 years.
That's just crazy. This whole market for the portal is just there's got to be a ceiling you would expect at some point, but there's got to be some regulations on it before we get to that point, Coach.
Well, I think it's so far out of hand. Then if they want to put a cap on it, who's going to monitor the cap and who's going to know what the cap is? There's a guy, the guy that used to own the Dallas basketball team, graduated from Indiana.
Cuban, Mark Cuban.
And when Indiana beat Ohio State, every defensive lineman got a bonus. How about that?
Well, they earned it, though. But, I mean, if you earn something, there's nothing wrong with a little slap on the back and a little fistful of dollars from a handshake.
Yeah, I can remember when I played so good against Northern Arizona. The guy gave me a $5 bill in the locker room. I said, what the hell am I going to do with that? Funny. Hey, let's talk the championship game just for a minute. Then
Okay.
I got every pro game. We've got Indiana playing Miami.
That's right.
And as I look through all the films we watched, every game we watched, I'm so thrilled. The two most physical lines and physical secondaries are still playing. And it was kind of, I was talking to a pro scout out of Florida, and he said, it's kind of hard to say this. He said, Alabama is not in the top 2 physical teams. That hasn't been said in a long, 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 long time.
Yeah.
But you can have all kinds of schemes. You can have RPOs. You can have what they call this run and shoot. You can have the air raid. But physicality wins games.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we saw it time and again this weekend in the NFL.
Okay. On that game, let's go back to Indiana and Miami.
Yeah.
I think the best thing in that game, Indiana's quarterback, his dad played with the head coach, Mario.
How about that?
At Miami, they're both offensive linemen. How cool is that?
That's an awesome story. And one that will get told in a big way, I think, during this week into the lead up, because that's honestly a nugget that I read over the weekend that I didn't know until this past weekend.
Hollywood would turn that down and call it fiction.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, you want to do pro or you want to stay college?
Well, let's dive into the pro, Coach.
Okay, tonight I had a friend that thought every road team was going to win, and tonight it's going to end up 4-2. I think tonight, well, pardon me, it's going to end up 3-3 because I think Texas defense tonight, and you have to watch this, Houston. Let's call them the Houston Texans because they play like the Houston Oilers on defense. This is the best, most fun defense I watch. And I don't know anybody over there. I'm not pumping anybody's horn. They would know me from a jar of Vicks if I sat on. But these cats play defensive football. And I picked Texas over the Steelers. Take all your money, sell your wife, sell your car, kick the children out, and make the bet. You'll probably be busted broke tomorrow.
Well, that's a road team right there. The Steelers won their division, so
it will be 4-2.
Yeah, it would be 4-2. But
I had a friend tell me it was going to be 6-0, and it very easily could have been.
Yeah.
You said every road team may win, and the home teams that won, you take Chicago Bears. They are very, very, very lucky. Past lucky. They did. The head coach, and I was championing him all year. He did more things to lose that game, and his players saved him.
Kept going for it, and kept going for it, and kept going for it. It's.
I used to blame the head coach at Detroit. I think I found the culprit in Chicago. When you're at your 32-yard line and you got 4th and 4, that tells me one thing about that head coach. He's never coached defense. You don't do that to your defense. And I got to say this. He's done a great job with that quarterback. The quarterback is totally unbelievable compared to where he was. But he's got to grow up and just punt when you know why everybody loves Indiana? When you're supposed to kick a field goal, he kicks it. When you're supposed to punt, he punts.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah. I
heard that Indiana.
What about Indiana?
If Indiana, they hired the coach, Cincinnati or whatever his name is,
and
if he wasn't hired, Alabama would have hired him. How about that?
Well, he did coach at Alabama under Nick Saban, so he does have a little bit of that in his bloodlines. But James Madison took quite a few players with him that didn't have a whole lot of stars, honestly, Coach, but winners just win. And it's, having an elite quarterback certainly changes quite a bit, but it's the physicality on defense that was impressive Friday night against Oregon. It really was.
Watch number 7, the free safety for Indiana. We're the only show that'll talk about him. He is full speed downhill versus a run, and he gongs. Remember the old gong show?
Mm-hmm.
He gongs the guy with the ball, and I always think he'll never get up. And he jumps back up and goes for another one. Well, the only secondary that hits like that is Miami. So this is going to be a good ball game.
Should be. Back to the NFL, I really thought the Rams were I thought they would control the Panthers more, and they got the win, but the Panthers played better than I thought they were going to, Coach.
And we got to go back to the Alabama quarterback.
Yeah.
He has grown this year. He looks like a big time guy, which he hasn't done. And this year, I was very proud of him in that playoff game. And I wrote down one name about the Rams. Are you ready? Nakoa.
Yeah, Puka. Yeah.
Puka changed the game. I thought that quarterback for the Rams would change the game. And he wasn't as accurate as he is all the time.
Yeah.
He was off a step or two, but Nakoa changed that game, and I think he was the difference.
To your point, Matt Stafford was 24-42. That's a lot of misses right there. 304, 3 touchdowns and a pick.
Now, the one thing that never shows in the stats that I know that you better write this down when you win your Golden Globe Award. The Rams have the most drops.
Yeah, that's right.
They're number 1 for drop balls. How about that?
Ugh. This time of year, that'll
ball to catch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump to the Bears and the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about the Bears head coach. He got hit in the stick in the side of the head with a dumb stick, and he ran with it the whole game, and the players saved him. I got to say this about the Packers. How do you let a lead like that get away? How do you manufacture to do what they did? And I thought the head coach looked like a deer with his eyes in the headlights of an oncoming car. I didn't like the vibe on the sidelines with trying to fix what was going on. The Packers, that would have helped you. That could have been another road win if they just took care of the clock and took care of business.
It's just out, especially in the fourth quarter, of playing it. And I know people are pointing to a missed field goal, but just bleeding the clock when you can bleed the clock. It's
amen.
Why make life too hard on yourself? But then a lot of people are talking about the handshake at the end. There was a lot of chatter in between, and I'm sure you have no idea what that's like, Coach, of a rather brisk handshake.
We've had louder words than brisk handshake over our games. In fact, the league decided when we were in the AFC Central, coaches don't talk to each other. Oh, I loved it. Now, here's the saddest game for me. This is sad. Bills versus the Jags.
Yeah.
I've watched that. I've studied that. They both deserve to win it. And they both could end up winning the whole thing.
Wow.
And the Jags lose, but they prove to me they're as good as anybody playing right now.
Just that pick at the end by Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. But I agree. Yeah, and the to your point, the Bills are a favorite next week to a team that has rested and waiting on them in the Denver Broncos. But to your point, though, the Bills did what they needed to do. And how about that offensive lineman carrying his quarterback into the end zone, Coach?
The Bills sneaked. They were trying to get a yard, and they went down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether you noticed, then the next touchdown, all the defensive linemen, and I'm hoping they would do this, I'm just seeing it their coach, They got up and backed out. They let him score as quick as they could for the clock.
You know, I had a thought there, Coach, because I thought, what if he were to kneel there because they had already burned their final timeout in Jacksonville? Well, I know they're trailing at that point, and you want to score, but just strategy-wise, what do you think about taking a knee and taking a timeout with like 15, 20 seconds to go and letting it roll from there?
No, I would have done what they did, go in and score, and I would have done exactly what the Jags did on defense. I would have let them score. Yeah, and so when that play came up, I'm staring at both tackles over the guards.
Mm-hmm.
The ball snapped. They both get in a 2-point and backpedal. And you know what the announcer said? And he went in for a touchdown. Went in, escorted.
Yeah. They would lay out the red carpet and say, "Come on in. Come on in."
It was the right thing to do, and I was wondering if they would do it, and they did it to perfection. And I could tell it was rehearsed and coached by the way the defensive lineman got up and backpedaled. Good coaching. Then I went on to the 49er Eagle game.
Ooh.
And I kind of got a kick because I saw the coach fighting with a wideout and the wideout fighting with the coach and the 49ers putting along. And the number one thing they do on offense, the Eagles, is show the mesh coming from the backside, the crossing route. That's who they've been all year. I'm watching the playoffs. There's not one mesh route. That's who the quarterback is for the Eagles. He finds the mesh.
Mm-hmm.
And it disappeared. That tells me you got too many plays on your call sheet. My rule, if you have to flip your call sheet twice before you call the play, throw it away. You got too much. And the 49ers, nobody mentioned this. Number 5, Robinson. Here's a guy starts off the game. Now, he's flunked more drug tests than Biden's son. He flunked the drug test every year he was at Florida, and he's continued to live that way, along with DUIs. He is cutting and darting and changing direction. The first thing I thought of, it's time for another drug test. He changed that game. And nobody's talking about the 49ers. All 3 of their linebackers have been there less than 4 weeks because of injury. That's putting together guys off the street. That's good coaching.
First play of quarter number 4 is that wide receiver halfback pass from Jennings to Christian McCaffrey. And he got lit up as soon as he let that ball loose. But,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I always thought a running pass, how do you know it's not going to be a run? How do you get penalized for rushing, and even whether it's a halfback or a flanker? I always was mad that they would call roughing the passer when the guy's a runner.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a punter. If the punter drops the ball, I don't know if you know this, it's illegal to call running into the kicker, running into the punter. If the punter starts running and you run into him, it's his fault. He's running.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not sure the halfback flanker pass should not be the same.
We saw a roughing the pass. Well, I think it was just unnecessary roughness on that Jalen Hurts run. And I don't know if you remember what I'm.
Call.
Yeah, I did not really.
Bad call.
Yeah.
Because number one, he's a runner.
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
right.
a quarterback that's trying to hide. He's a guy that'll run over you. And I don't think they tried when he started to slide. I thought they both tried to avoid him. They bumped him a little bit, but they didn't strike him. That was a terrible call.
Do you think the 49ers have a shot in Seattle?
Well, when you got McCaffrey, go back to you talked about the flanker, what they call fly sweep pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody else would have caught that, but that's not a good throw. That throw's hard to catch.
It is.
If it's not McCaffrey down there, I think it's down's over.
Mm-hmm.
But he was looking over his right shoulder trying to find the ball, couldn't find it, turned back around to his left side, found it, turned his backs around, backed in the ball. That won't happen many times. It was much smoother in practice, or they wouldn't have thrown it in the game. In practice, I bet it was really nice looking.
Yeah. But another divisional opponent there in the next round for the 49ers against Seattle. That ought to be fascinating. But I know you probably want to talk about your Patriots. You've been talking about the Patriots for a while now, Coach.
Well, I was amazed when the game was over and the quarterback was leaving the field. Did you hear the stands?
I did not.
They chanted MVP, MVP, MVP as he ran off the field.
Wow.
We've been saying that for a month.
Yeah.
And finally, they must be listening to the show in New England. We got 4 friends up there. Well, 3. 1 died. Anyway, they picked up on what we've been saying. And he didn't. And I got to say this. He did not look good early.
No. He looked nervous.
He was not what he normally is, but he worked himself into, and that's, go back to Josh Allen with the Bills. He can look bad for 3 quarters. And then here he comes. And I always tell people, well, this guy's got 27 touchdowns. This guy's got 18 touchdowns. When do you get the touchdown makes the difference in who keeps playing. A lot of people throw touchdowns in the first quarter, but they can't make them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And if you look at, I was happy for the Pats quarterback, and of course Josh Allen, he does that for a living. Yeah. And if you go to Stafford to Rams, he does that for a living. Throw it when it matters. Now, I don't think the quarterback at Houston is playing all that good. I don't think the Steelers will be overcome by the offense at all. But I can't see. The Steelers got an older quarterback. You probably haven't noticed he's older than me. And when you pressure age and the ball's got to come out quicker, he is now a good thrower on short, intermediate, soft throws. And if you go after him and make the ball come out quick, the age catches up to you.
Yeah.
What was the quarterback they brought in there at the Colts, and everybody was loving him? He played the last 4 games with the Colts.
Oh, you talking about Phillip Rivers?
Yeah. Well, guess what? He was playing great, and everybody loved him. And then at the end, they decided to blitz him and bring the ball out immediately, and it's not the same arm.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is the same way. When you sign an Aaron Rodgers, you remember when he did this? Remember when he did that? Can you remember 8 years? All that's gone.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was coaching the best safety in football. I was with the Detroit Lions. I had Charlie West. Nobody could play like Charlie West. And we were playing the Eagles there. And I watched him, and he couldn't change direction in front of my eyes. And I just realized, this is not the Charlie West we had a year ago. Because you know what? Old man time, he's only lost once, and that was to me, but he's chasing me now.
Boy, what he ended with the Broncos, didn't he, Coach?
Yeah, Charlie West?
Yes, sir.
He ended up being that was amazing. It's called The Lion That Roared. I had 14 guys that coached the Detroit Lions that ended up coaching in the league. Is that amazing?
Wow.
Charlie West ended up a defensive coordinator in the league a couple of places. But as a player, he made me, people thought I was a good coach in Detroit. He made people think I was good. That's how good he was. and he taught me stuff. I'd say, Charlie, why are you spinning your hips? He says, with a Y block, Y is a tight end, the back went away, I'm going to clamp one inside out. I goes, you are? So guess what? For the next 10 years, I move all over the country. I say, when Y blocks, the back goes away, clamp one.
That is something I've heard Nick Saban say more and more here recently, Coach, and that is you can scheme them up as much as you want, but if you don't have elite players, it's not going to matter.
Well, I love Signetti after the game. I don't know if you heard the interview. They said, how could you turn this around? How is it possible that this could even happen? What is your secret? He goes, it's very simple. And it was a girl, only girls ask those questions. Well, why is it simple? He goes, put the best players on the bus. End of story.
Yeah. Next. Yeah.
I think I told you on one show, Bill Walsh was winning on the road, beating everybody. I almost said the same thing. And they asked Bill Walsh, how do you win all these road games? He says, it's very simple. Take the best players to the stadium.
Just that simple. I mean, just that simple.
I did like then. They said, what are you thinking for the championship game next week? This is after the game. What do you think? What are you thinking about going against Miami? He goes, thinking about it. I'm thinking about cracking a beer. I don't care about that game yet. Now, he needs to be coaching at Alabama. That's the guy that should be at Alabama.
Well, there's probably quite a few Bama fans that are nodding their head listening to you right now, Coach. But he's got that job at Indiana as long as he wants it.
Well, if you got Mark Cuban, I'd stay there.
Yeah.
Because Mark Cuban, being a billionaire, or remember the .com phenom, he sold a lot.
That's right.
A billionaire given $50 million a year is like you and me throwing in $20.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no big deal then.
Oh, goodness. How would you handle the portal if you were a college coach right now, Coach?
You have to love it, or you have to get out of it. And I tell everybody, say, oh, this college football is no fun anymore. Then get out of it.
Yeah.
You got to love what you're doing. You got to love the recruiting in the portal, or you can't succeed. If you go around moping, I don't like what we're doing, then it's time for you to go sell shoes or ice cream. Or if Woody Allen's looking for a salesman, we'll go over there.
Or a candy striper. I mean, everybody loves a candy striper, but
well, the deal is you have to be sure. I think the guy you're after, and this is what I liked about Harbaugh, who got fired. And Harbaugh did this, and he grew up right across the alley from where I live, right here in Perrysburg, Ohio. The guy has to love ball, and I admired the center for Indiana. Last year was in the playoffs, played center for Notre Dame. Now you have to listen to this, because all those Notre Dame guys have taken the oath and sworn to everybody that I love Notre Dame. They asked the center, "What is there a difference between being at Indiana and being at Notre Dame?" And he said, "We're not even playing the same game."
Wow.
And how about this? He got the MVP in the Rose Bowl as an offensive center. I never thought I'd live long enough to see that. I must be 100 years old. When the MVP in the Rose Bowl is a center, somebody's watching.
So the debate that's going on right now between the Big Ten commissioner and the SEC commissioner, the Big Ten is trying to strong arm their way into a 24-team playoff rather than a 16, but would agree to a 16-team playoff for the next couple of years, then jump to 24. You have a thought on that?
Well, I look at state of Ohio high school playoffs. Hell, if your bus ain't broke down, you're in. We had one team from Cleveland said we don't have any, our bus won't work. So we went and got another team. That's where we're headed. Let everybody in.
Yeah, we're back to whether or not the horse will pass away in the state of Oklahoma, right, Coach? I mean,
that horse dies. You don't make it to Texas.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Coach, as always, I appreciate the time, and I promise Wes will be back here the next time, so I'm sure it'll be way more enjoyable. But thank you for putting up with me.
No, I like our show. I can't wait to tell Wes our last 2 shows have been rated #1 in the country. And I don't know why, Wes. I don't know why our ratings went up so high, but there's one variable that didn't change on the 2 shows.
Oh, they did. The Atlanta Falcons interviewed Harbaugh today. My opinion is give him the keys as long as they hire Jerry Glanville as the defensive coordinator.
That would be fun to return on that trip. And it's kind of funny. I haven't talked to, I talked to the president over there, who is going to be moved to the CEO because they're going to bring in the quarterback.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Well, the ex-president who I would talk to is going to become the CEO. So I think Matt Ryan loves football. I think he knows football. I think he'll be a good president. I was once offered the president's job at the Minnesota Vikings, and I said, I can't take it. There's no way I can take it. And the owner was Red McCoy. He goes, why can't you take it? I goes, I don't know how you pack 10 minutes of work into a week. And he said, I didn't even tell you what I'm going to pay you. I said, and I don't want to know what I'm walking away from. Don't tell me the pay. And I just started walking away. I don't want to know.
Oh, goodness. All right, Coach. If it's always great to talk with you.
Tell Wes I'll meet him at Woody Allen Ford.
Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Adios.
That is Jerry Glanville, the one and only. Let's take our final time out. We'll be right back.
Never spent much time in school, but I told ladies plenty. It's true.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that his mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted best wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. A cold and clear night expected across the Tennessee Valley for this Monday. We'll see low temperatures fall into the low 30s for the overnight. Heading into Tuesday, another day full of sunshine. High temperatures warm into the mid and upper 50s for the afternoon. Rain returns back to the forecast on Wednesday.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
My point is that I think Code Red still go on down here.
The Tom Abraham Show.
You can have all the transfer orders that you want, but you have to ask me nicely.
Weekdays at 10 on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and on WZZN TV on YouTube.
Final call for phone calls. Been a minute since I heard this one. Wonder.
It's still Shannon. Run away.
Run away. Run away. Final call for phone calls. 256-576-4977. If you'd like to chime in. Hey, Coach, and the Nate Oates Show. Coming up at the top of the hour. Back-to-back L's for the Alabama men's basketball team. They'll be on the road tomorrow night. Short trip over to the Hump there in Starkville, Mississippi. Pre-game for that coverage tomorrow begins at 7, another late-night game for the Alabama men's basketball team as they look to bounce back. And it is a dangerous game because Mississippi State is playing awfully well right out of the gate in conference play, and Alabama just turn the ball over too much. Sometimes it does boil down to ball go in hoop. And Texas made more plays than Alabama. And sometimes it just goes down to that. And Texas, a well-earned road win there in Tuscaloosa. 256-576-4977, the latest 247 portal rankings. Where I keep forgetting to call it Portal Combat. More and more people calling it Portal Combat. LSU right now has the top-ranked portal class at the moment. Texas is second, and they have a total of 13 commitments. It's followed by Penn State, Oklahoma State, then Ole Miss. Kentucky is sixth right now in the portal class. But keep in mind, not every team created equal. Just because I'm not saying the name Alabama or even Auburn, you don't know what pieces are there that the coach likes and how they fit together. Now, keep in mind, just because you jump into the portal, get your portal commitment during this time, it could even be a case where someone could jump into the portal, say they're going to a place, then go to a different place. And I know Bama fans are immediately thinking of Hollywood Smothers. That's what happened. Went from NC State to Alabama, and now he is at Texas. So everybody freaking out over Alabama's ranking of 51st. At least I still think it's at 51st. I'm scrolling down just to double check. Yeah, it's still at 51st for Alabama in the portal rankings. But, I mean, Vanderbilt's 47th. Oh, my goodness gracious. One and done there for the Commodore. We don't know. We don't know. All right, I've got time to squeeze this in. So
yeah, you said something about a movie review.
Yeah. Well, one of my first jobs out of the gate was I was a film projectionist,
right,
at AMC theaters,
right.
And so this was back in the day before you just like hit play. You had to like put the reels in, stamp them,
right.
Then put it. We called it a pancake.
Yeah.
And then put it on the pancake,
It
and
might
then
involve a razor blade and a piece of clear tape.
That's exactly what we did. Well, there's a new movie out, and I don't know if people have watched it. I've watched the trailer, but I texted my wife before. The guy that I worked with still is in the business.
Okay.
And he'll occasionally text me and say, hey, this looks really funny.
Hey, check this out.
Because as projectionists back in the day, we would turn into MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, where we would just be up in the booth and we would just, because we see the movies over and over and over and over, we know what's coming. Well, the movie is called Primate. And let's I'm going to try to get through this with a straight face.
Is this in the vein of like Planet of the Apes?
A little bit.
Okay.
At a house in a remote part of Hawaii, a veterinarian named Lambert enters an outdoor animal enclosure and is attacked by a pet chimpanzee.
Right.
Which kills him by ripping off his face.
Huh.
Yeah. That's some quality writing right there.
I have a rule. Never own a pet that can take you. And chimpanzees will kill you.
So my brother, when he was at Auburn, had an iguana, and I never really got into that. I mean, that and the snake guy either. The people who have pet snakes.
I'm married to a snake person.
Are you? Me and snakes don't get along.
Yeah, but that was the first thing when we started dating, however many years ago, was that the first thing I sent her was the meme from Raiders of the Lost Ark, snakes.
Yeah.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but I've changed my mind.
Back to the plot. 36 hours earlier, Lucy, a young college student, arrives in an airport to return home in Hawaii after spending years away.
Right.
She accompanied by longtime friends. I can't do the in a world voice.
Right.
Kate and Nick, but is dismayed to learn that Kate has secretly invited an additional guest.
Oh, no.
Hannah. While boarding, the friends meet Drew and Brad, two college men looking to party in Hawaii. What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Now,
let me guess. They're eventually going to meet the chimpanzee.
This is supposedly a horror film. But to me, after watching the preview, I'm telling you, has got Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There's a maniac on the list. That's hiding a shed full of chainsaws.
I'm just telling you, it's got MST3K written all over it. Something's wrong with Ben. Primate in a theater near you.
Somewhere there's a chimpanzee wearing his face.
Are we really at this point of they have just run out of stuff to write?
I don't know.
I guess so. I mean, I guess there for a long while it was ripped from the headlines. You know what ripped from the headlines tells me? We've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Ripped from the headlines.
I don't know. You can make some pretty good movies ripping the headlines today.
You can.
Wait, they already did that. House of Cards. Anyway,
so
on your recommend, I've been watching Landman.
Yes.
I started that this weekend.
Yes.
Very, very good.
I'm
one of those guys. Anything with Billy Bob Thornton, I'm going to give it a shot.
I'm still in the middle of season 2.
I'm 5 episodes deep, and that may be changed. That will definitely change by the time.
It will. There is. It's a great start of that series.
Yeah.
The first 15 to 20 minutes of Landman, you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just completely. At least for me, I was in.
Yeah, and especially sharing what we were sharing earlier.
But I'm telling you,
my father-in-law was part of that life for a while. So
Go
I've been
watch.
getting reality checks from Mike Snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go watch the trailer of Primate. If you want a good laugh, here's my Siskel and Ebert for you. Go to Primate. I need to go
Two
watch
hilarious thumbs up.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. Alabama! Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network.